As we discussed before, we've been together for 30 years and a lot of wonderful times, no doubt about it. But like other relationships, sometimes something very dramatic happens that scares you to death. And I wanted to share something with you. We want to share. Mm-hmm. And it was a time when Doug worked in Orange County as an architect. Of course, we lived in Long Beach. And he was complaining that his vision was not as good. The light was bothering his eyes. He went to his eye doctor, ophthalmologist, and he said, "Oh, that's just dry eye. Take these drops, you'll be fine." And it continued to get worse and worse. And he came home one time saying, "You know, Jack, I wasn't sure I could drive home tonight." He said, "I just stood in front of the computer at work and I didn't do anything. I was pretending to work. I didn't do anything because he couldn't see."
Very sensitive to light. Yeah.
He couldn't see.
Well, I knew I had glaucoma because my mom has glaucoma and it's hereditary. But I didn't think it was going to get bad. I thought my doctor was going to be able to control it. As it turned out, he wasn't controlling it. It was this doctor.
He misdiagnosed it.
Yeah, the first one.
Yeah. And so for maybe another 6 months, your eyes just got gradually worse and worse and worse.
Yeah, the peripheral vision.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was misdiagnosed. And so because of that, he didn't treat it. And I had peripheral vision, which was slowly going in and in, on one eye in particular. And then I developed some sort of an infection, uveitis. And it became clear that I needed more help and more attention than this doctor was giving. So I forget how we both researched and found this University of Irvine doctor. But I went to him, and he diagnosed it. He knew what it was. In fact, when we were sitting in there with him, he brought in, I think, 3 or 4 other doctors to look at my condition, because it was glaucoma with uveitis and exfoliation and all these other things that I had going on. And he knew what it was. He knew what to do. Unfortunately, there had been some permanent damage done, but he was able to relieve the pressure through eye drops and surgeries. Altogether, I ended up having 9 surgeries altogether in 2 different eyes. But so it's under control now, and I've got a wonderful doctor now. But it was very scary there for a while.
Well, I just remember you sitting in the dark, and I was trying to think what was going through your mind. Like, God, what's our life going to be like?
Well, I didn't know if I was going to go completely blind, a little bit blind, or how much vision I'd have. So it was hard to know. But with one of the surgeries, it was, they call it a tube, the glaucoma tube in the top of your eye to relieve the pressure. It's like a valve, and when the pressure gets too strong, it overflows out the valve, and then when it weakens, the valve closes. So I've got them in both eyes, and they put them in the second eye, and they hit a blood vessel when they were doing the operation, and the eye filled full of blood. I couldn't see anything for 2 months solid, because the other eye was also so bad that I had very low vision. So I was almost blind for 2 months.
And you never know how that's going to turn out in the long run. I was just scared to death. I
didn't know if it was going to come back or not, but it did. Fortunately, the blood cleared out, and it's back to normal now. But I didn't know. He said in most cases it clears out.
Yeah, well, your vision's not back to normal.
No, the vision isn't back to normal.
It's quite damaged.
Yeah, so I'll always have the glaucoma.
Yeah.
The trick is to maintain it and control it. And I think I've plateaued now. That's what my doctor thinks. So we're watching it. It's being monitored, but I sure need the good doctor.
And from my perspective, it's like, and I don't know why I think this, but like I'm supposed to be the protector. Like I'm the older one, the bigger one. I feel like Doug is my responsibility in that way because I don't want anything to happen to him. And I didn't have anything, I couldn't think of anything to do about it. But fortunately, he recovered pretty good. And I would recommend for everyone, especially seniors, to get your eyes checked, and especially your eye pressure, glaucoma test.
Especially if you have a history of it in your family.
Yeah. So we wanted to share this with you.
Yeah, you got to take care of yourself, because then you take care of each other.
Yes. And thank you for watching.